Today's question sounds like a guy I used to date in Florida when he asked, I get people interested, but they ghost me before I close the deal. How do I stop this from happening? Now, we're not talking about my dating years and those I left behind.
Woo!
We're talking about when you close sales. So you're on a sales call with someone, right? They're interested, and then they say the infamous phrase before the deal closes at the end of the call. What is that?
Let me think about it.
Yeah. I need to think it over.
No.
What now? This is this thing, and like most salespeople, most coaches, they don't even consider themselves salespeople. Be like, oh, sure, of course you need to think it over, no problem. And they'll say something like, "When should I follow up with you? When's the time for us to reconnect?" But Justin, when they're on the call and they say, "I need to think it over," are they? What are they going to do next? Are they going to go sit on a porch?
Yeah, exactly. They're going to sit on their porch with a corncob pipe in their rockers and just be like, think in a real deep existential way. Just think about it. Really take that time. No, they're not going to do any of that. You know what's going to happen? What happens to everybody? Life's getting in the way. Your kids, you got to go to work. You got to do something. Your phone rings. The wind blows a different direction. You're already off to the next thing. So here's the thing. When someone says, I'd like to think it over, there's a real simple thing that you can do.
Yeah. So what you're going to do is not give them that moment, because what they're trying to do is stop themselves from making a decision.
Right.
Because decisions come with fear. There's uncertainty. And if they give themselves relief, if they don't say no or they don't say yes, they feel relief because then they don't have to make a decision. So don't let them off the hook, because you are the person that's giving them the ability, not just to say yes, that's good, but our job in a prospect conversation is not to get the prospect to say yes. It's to get the Yes, our job in a prospect conversation is not to get the prospect to say yes.
What?
It's to get the prospect to make a decision. Okay. So if they say, I need to think it over, you say, awesome, that makes sense. This is a big decision. But typically I found when people need to think it over, it means they still have questions. The best way to answer your questions is for us to talk about it right now. So what's the number one thing you're thinking about with this? Is it about the time commitment? Is it about the financial investment? What's the number one question you have right now? So we'll get that specific. I won't just leave it open-ended, because their brain starts being a jumbled mess of like, I don't know, I don't even know. And they'll say, I don't know what but if you say, what's the question? It's kind of like if someone goes into a store and that person is, can I help you? And everyone always says no. Like, I was just walking in the store because I want to get my steps in. Of course I was going in there to buy something. But if you say something specific, like, hi, great to see you. Are you looking to buy a top or a pair of pants today? Now I gave you a specific question. I'm much more likely to answer it. If you ask them what their question is about your offer, they're going to give you an answer.
Yeah. And what's interesting about the way you do that is you're actually giving them narrow choices.
Yes.
They're making a decision. Think about it. Because it's like, oh, product, your service, your product, your program, whatever that is. Usually it will come with, main product and then all these bonuses, and they're thinking about it. But when they get into the call with you and you're just like, hey, is this the problem? Is that the problem? Or is that the problem? Then you're actually narrowing down the decision. And ultimately what they will usually do is, when you pose the right questions, they'll actually tell you what's really going on. And usually, like you said before, it's just fear. Yeah. Fear of the unknown. Fear of maybe what their partner or spouse might say. Fear because something didn't work out for them in the past. They tried another program. Didn't work out. And they don't want that to happen again.
Ooh, you know what? Okay, on tomorrow's episode, we're going to answer. And what if they do bring up price as being the issue? What do you say next? Maybe on the next day, we'll talk about time. So that is the next episode. If you've made it to this point in this video, you're an amazing human. And thank you for tuning in.
You're our favorite.
Because we love you and we love building the community. We do these videos just for you. So to keep our engines running, we need to be fueled by applause, because 85% of our bodies are made up for the need for applause. So go ahead right now and put into the chat, where are you tuning in from? That lets us know that you've been watching up until this point. Thanks for joining, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow if there is a next time tomorrow.